Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. I am back. I am trying to kick it up and get back to doing my 2 videos a week. One video was working out for the holidays, but now I got to kick things in gear because I've got a lot of stuff I want to get done this year. So I'm hoping to be posting 2 times a week on Wednesdays and Sundays. Get back to the regular routine. Today I'm going to be painting an open cup pour. This is one of the classes that I will be teaching at the Fluid Art Experience this year, April 16th through the 19th. This is just one of 4 classes that I'll be teaching. I want to use a lighter color palette today, along the lines of Valentine's Easter themey. So I'm real happy with these color choices. And I'm going to use a smaller canvas. I'm not using a standard canvas. So let's get down onto the table and I'll explain more. Be right back. All right, you guys. So I've got a 16-inch round. I've got it taped and pinned on the back. And today I am going to be, like I said, doing an open cup pour, and I got some really cute colors. I am, this year I want to play with a lot of different colors and bases instead of always using white and black. So my last one I did a really cute little light blue base. So today I am using pink, and this particular pink is my Persian rose. None of these paints have any water in them. It's just American Floetrol with paint itself, okay? This here is my Carmine Red. I didn't mix up a lot of paint today because it's such a small canvas. Trying to cut back on all of my waste. My next color is going to be my Amsterdam in Sky Blue Light. I kept these on a little bit thicker side. I'm going to use a touch of black. Then I'm going to be using some of my quinacridone rose from Amsterdam. And the last one is Azo Yellow Lemon. So this color palette is more along the lines of Valentine's, Easter, something like that. Thought it'd be really cute to do this. And then I've got a little cup. I just cut the top off, and then we're gonna pour the paint inside there. But what I first want to do is get started with flooding my canvas. So, because I'm gonna hopefully keep negative space. So we'll just do that. Do like this. Just getting that excess paint off. Now my sides and edges have got paint on them. I'm gonna have to come back and touch them up with the actual color because it's very, very thin and I can see the edge of the canvas, which I do not enjoy. So when that happens, you just come through with the paintbrush and paint the sides. I'll keep a little bit of that paint left over so I can do that with. All right, so for our open cup, we put a puddle of paint here in the center. And then we just kind of wedge our cup right in there. And I like to pour just a little bit more in there. Now, the trick to the open cup is you take the paint and you hold the cup up really high above the canvas, and the paint comes down into this pink layer, it falls below the layer, and then the paint rises to the surface. That's what creates our cells. So I'm first gonna start off with my Carmine Red. I taught this technique at the last Fluid Art Experience and everybody really, really loved it, and they created some really wonderful paintings. So I thought I would come back and revisit the technique for this year at the Fluid Art Experience. So if you don't have your tickets yet, head on over to Fluid Art Experience and book now. I got plenty of room in my classes still, so don't have to worry about not getting in. All right, I'm gonna pour from up high. And I'm probably gonna come in twice with the colors. Then I'm gonna go with my sky blue. Touch of my black. This is the quinacridone. And that yellow. The colors are pushing out from the pink, and now we're going to start to see the cells come up. I think what I'll do is just come in with another layer of some of the color that I want. Do the carmine, we'll do that sky blue. I'm not going to do the black again. We'll do the quinacridone. These paints are a lot thicker than I normally have them. And then what I'm gonna do is be able to keep negative space and kind of like let this shoot around with the composition. I'll drag my cup through, create some lines, and then stretch, and then see what I wanna do for my design from there. See how those cells are really, really popping up? Really cool. And then what I'll do is I'll twist this off to the side. Then I can use my cup and create some lines and really stretch this out. A lot of times what you can do is take your torch and torch around here, and that will help bring the cells up too. Don't want to do too much. Don't want to burn your paint. All right. I'm just going to lift and swirl out this way. And then I like to take my cup here and swirl like that. That really helps bring some of that color up to the top too. Got some air bubbles. And what I want to do this time is maybe kind of come up this way, down that way. Now we can just manipulate, oops. I got a big something in here, don't know where that came from. So let's just do this first. Just gonna close up, give this a little bit of paint to tilt. Okay. come down off that side there. We'll pull it on back. Cute little color combo, right? And we could just kind of push our design around a little bit. Only thing, kind of wish the center right here had a little more, break that up. There we go. Had a little stoppage right there in the center, and that just helped break that up a little bit, so we could just take our composition down like this. There you go. I just love these pastel earthy colors. Really, really cute. I like the blue. You see all of my colors in here. I didn't get, got just a touch, just barely a touch of green. So that's great. Yeah, perfect. I love the movement. Got my negative space. I'm gonna torch. And then once this dries, what I will end up doing is taking a paintbrush, and I'll have to come back around the edge because I can see the white edge of the canvas here. And so that can be remedied by just taking my base color here, which I've got plenty left over. And I'll just take a paintbrush and I will use that to paint the sides. Usually I paint the sides beforehand, but I just didn't do it today. But I'm gonna leave it here. I enjoy it. That's where we're gonna stop. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys down. Okay, here we are with the wet result. Like it, like it, like it a lot. Cute little pink base. I love this sky blue light with these colors. Really cute color combination, I think. Got the negative space there. Yes. Here we are with the studio lights on. So you get a little less shadow, I think, but you still get that great. Look at the lines, so cute. The thing is with the open cup pour, these paints, like I said, were a little bit thicker. So having thicker paints doesn't always create a lot of cells. Plus I wrecked it, so that did kind of break up some of those cells. But we still got cells in there, which are really cool. All right, let's see if this one is dry. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it. So this is still wet. I am going to briefly show you how it's drying, and then I have to put it down because I don't want it to move in the center, but there we are. Looks pretty good, looks decent. I love the colors, love the negative space. That's all you get. I cranked up the heat in my studio today, really trying to get that thing dry. So this is really, really beautiful. Again, I will have to paint the sides and edges. Ooh, I got some paint on me. I will have to paint the side here because I can see a little bit of the white canvas coming through because again, I didn't paint the canvas first. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Nate is up next. Mina didn't have a video today. She's still recovering. So we'll, I think she'll be back on Sunday as well. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.